Good evening, friends. Welcome to 360DigiTMG. Today, we are going to discuss about LLM benchmarks for evaluating its capabilities. So, firstly, what is LLM? So, LLM or large language model is a type of artificial intelligence that trained on massive data sets of either it can be code or text data. And what it will do? It will generate or allow them to generate the text, or it can be useful for translating the languages. We can generate images. We can use it for question answering. Likewise, we can use it for different purposes, right? Different kinds of creative contents, answer your questions in an informative way. Some notable examples include Lambda, Jurassic Park Jumbo, and Megatron during NLG. Okay. So, evaluating the capabilities of these powerful language models is crucial for understanding their strength as well as weakness and guiding them development. So, this is where the benchmarks come in. Benchmarks are the data sets, or what we can say a task designed to measure the performance of LLMs on like specific skills or abilities, how a model is performing. Okay. So here's the breakdowns of the benchmarks you mentioned and the relations to LLM. So these are all the benchmarks. One by one, we will see all the benchmarks. Okay. First, we have MMLU, which is a measuring massive multitask language understanding. Okay. So the massive multitask language understanding, which is MMLU, is a benchmark which is relatively new but impactful tool for evaluating the capabilities of LLMs. How our large language model works. And for that, this is a tool. Okay. So here is a detailed look at its history and key concepts. So it is introduced in 2020. The MMLU paper was published in June 2020 by researchers from Google AI, Stanford University, and DeepMinds. So the prior benchmarks like glue, superglue were saturated, meaning large language models achieved near perfect performances. MMLU aimed to create a more challenging and diverse sets of tasks to truly test the abilities of advanced language models. So now in the part of development, the MMLU developers curated a massive data sets of 57 tasks spanning various domains, including elementary mathematics, US history, computer science, law, and more. The tasks range from basic to advanced and test on both the cases like world knowledge and problem solving abilities. Then the key aspects or challenges with respect to this is breadth and discontinuity. It covers a wide range of subjects at different levels. Okay. Pushing the LLMs beyond simply mimicking the text or patterns, that is one of the challenge. Okay. Just mimicking the text or a pattern. Okay. We want beyond that. So we have then the zero shot, few shot settings. We have that. Evaluate the models with extensive fine-tuning on specific tasks. Okay, which will rely on their general language understanding and reasoning skills. It will also focus on the real-world relevance, which includes tasks related to social science, law, ethics, highlighting the LLM's potential, and so on and so forth. Then what was the impact of this MMLU tool? Pushing the LLM development. So MMLU has become a powerful benchmarks for testing and comparing the capabilities of different LLMs, different large language models, driving the developments towards more versatile and robust intelligence. Identifying the LLM's limitations. Despite advancement, more LLMs still struggles with many MMLU tasks, okay, showing gaps in their knowledge and reasoning abilities. This helps researchers focus on area needing improvement, promoting reasonable or responsible AI. By highlighting socially important subjects like MMLU prompts about potential bias or ethical considerations in the LLM development as well as in the deployment part. Okay, so this was some of the key aspects, challenges with respect to MMLU and what are the different impacts by using an MMLU tools. Then what is the current status? So the MMLU developers continues to refine the benchmarks, adding new tasks and improving the evaluation matrix. Leaderboard. Public and private leaderboards allow tracking the performance of different LLMs on MMLU tasks. Growing usage. As LLMs become more advanced, MMLU is increasingly used to access the capabilities and guide their developments towards real-world applications, real-world solutions, or real-world problems. Okay, so what are the different limitations with respect to MMLUs? Complexity and computational costs. Running MMLU requires significant resources and expertise, making it less accessible to smaller research groups. Okay. Evaluation difficulty. Defining fair and accurate metrics for some tasks can be challenging. It creates potential bias towards certain assessments. Limited focus on creative tasks. While covering diverse subjects, MMLU primarily focus on factual and reasoning tasks, which will expand to evaluate the creative or perceptive abilities, and that could provide a more holistic view of LLM capabilities. Overall, MMLU is a valuable benchmark for assessing the progress and limitations of LLM. By pushing them beyond the basic language manipulations and towards a real-world understanding and reasoning, it plays a crucial role in the future of this powerful technology. Then there comes next tool, that is Time QA. Time QA is challenging benchmarks, which is designed to access the temporal reasoning capabilities of large language model. It was first introduced in 2019 by researchers at Stanford University and Allen Institute for Artificial Intelligence. So Time QA addresses a critical gap in LLM evaluation, as many existing benchmarks focuses on fractal language understanding or simple reasoning, or neglecting the ability to handle the temporal information effectively. This Time QA is a major limitations which will considers the importance of time in real world applications like dialogue system, information retrieval, and natural language understanding tasks. Now, there are different tasks and challenges with respect to Time QA. So, Time QA will encompass a varieties of tasks that requires reasoning about temporal relationship, duration, events, changes over the time. These tasks include temporal ordering. Given two events, determine their chronological orders. Means it should be starting from chronological orders. Duration reasoning. Estimate the duration of an event or period of a time. Okay. Then temporal relation. It identifies the relationship between 2 points in a time. Okay, like before, after. Likewise, it will understand from the natural language understanding. Okay. And then fetch that data. Fetch that point. Then there is temporal entailment. It determines if a given statement is logically follows from a set of temporal information or not. Then temporal causal reasoning. which reasons about cause and effect relationships, which includes temporal events. The benchmark which presents this task in various formats will include the natural language questions, temporal expression, and the event description, what happened in the given natural language understanding or within a given sequence of data, what happened, what was the incident, from that what is the language questions, what was the temporal expression, what is returned, what is the context of that. Likewise, this diversity challenges the LLM to adapt their reasoning strategies to different types of temporal information. Then we have evaluation metrics. The time QA evaluates the performance of LLMs based on several metrics like accuracy, F1 score, explanation quality. Then we have time QA has significantly contributed to the field of LLM evaluation by drawing attention to the importance of temporal reasoning. It has been used to access the capabilities of various LLMs and research in the developments of more sophisticated models, which is capable of handling the temporal information. Okay. Then these are some of the future directions for time QA includes expanding the task set, which will incorporate more complex temporal reasoning tasks and real-world scenarios. Then we have improving evaluation matrix, which will develop more comprehensive matrix to capture the nuances for temporal reasoning and explanation quality. Likewise, we have situated QA, which is also one of the benchmark tools, which is incorporating the extra linguistic context. Situated QA is relatively new question answering dataset, which is introduced in 2021 by Google AI. It aims to address a limited of traditional QA systems, which often struggles to understand and answer the questions that require additional context beyond the provided text, whatever there might be in terms of text. Okay, from that, we are extracting some portions or additional context we are deriving from that. Then there is history and motivations. So traditional QA datasets typically focus on questions with all the necessary information directly present in the provided text. However, in real-world scenarios, questions often depend on additional factors like time, location, where the question is asked. For example, what is the best time to visit the Eiffel Tower? Would require knowledge of current date and time as well as tropical tourist season in the Paris city. Yeah. Then there is situated QA was developed to address the gap by incorporating the extra linguistic context into the question answering process. It includes two main components, which is contextualized questions and second is open retrieval approach. Then in the context-sized questions, each question in a situated QA is paired with additional information like date, time, locations, where the question is hypothetically asked. This context is crucial for understanding the intent. What is the intent and what is the entity from the context? Okay, intent means what is the portion that is important here? Okay, important here is date, time, and location. Which location? Eiffel Tower. Time. Which time? Means best time. What is the best time to visit this place? Okay. So likewise, and then there is open retrieval approach, which is unlike a traditional question answering models that rely on solely on the provided text. Situated QA takes an open retrieval approach. This allows model to access and process additional information from the external sources, such as knowledge base and web documents to answer the questions more effectively. Then we have empty bench. Empty bench is a short for machine translation benchmarks, which is a comprehensive evaluation tool designed to assess the quality of machine translation. Okay, it is mostly useful for translation, for language translation, or for purposes like translating from one language to the another language or one domain to the another domains. Diverse, like it uses the different diverse knowledge and domains for translating also. It is launched in 2020 by researchers at the Alien Turing Institute and Google AI. It has quickly became a standard benchmarks for the MT community. History and motivations. Prior to MT bench, most MT evaluations relied on data sets, limited in scope and diversity. This often led to misleading metrics that didn't reflect real-world translation performance. Recognizing this gap, the creators of MT Bench aim to create a more realistic and challenging benchmarks. MT Bench will incorporate diverse domains like news, fictions, conversations, codes, along with the challenging style variations and factual correctness requirement. It focuses on human evaluation. Instead of solely relying on the automatic metrics, MT benchmark prioritizes human judgment of fluency, adequacy, and factual accuracy. It supports multiple languages and tasks. This benchmark will include translation pairs for major and less resourced languages, along with diverse tasks like factual verifications and creative writing. Then the components are and key features of MT benchmarks. So MT benchmark is composed of multiple sub-benchmarks, each targeting specific aspects of MT performance. Then we have WMT new task, which focuses on new articles with high factual accuracy requirement. Then we have multi-domain task. Okay, so it covers diverse domains like fictions, conversations, codes, etc. Then we have low resource task, like which accesses the translation quickly for less resourced languages with limited training data. Then we have metrics task, which compares automatic machine translation evaluations matrix against the human judgments. Then we have creative task, which challenges the systems on creative writing and stylistic adaptations. These sub-benchmarks offers various features, which includes human inference translation, which provides high-quality translations for sourced sentences. Then we have blind and paired evaluations, which separates the human evaluators and access for the translations without knowing the source language or a system. And it ensures that there should be no biased opinion. Then fluency, accuracy or adequacy and factual accuracy scores, which judge the read translations on these three crucial aspects. Domain-specific evaluations. Each sub-bench focuses on specific domain and challenge relevant to them. Then we have impact and future directions. So MT benchmark has significantly impacted the machine translation research community. It improved the MT systems, machine translation systems, by emphasizing the realistic scenario and human evaluations. It has driven the development of more robust and adaptable machine translation system. Fairer evaluation practices. It focuses on diverse language and domain, which reduces the bias towards well-resourced language and task. Greater focus is on human factors. This benchmark will recognize the limitations of automatic metrics and the importance of human judgments for evaluating translation quickly or translation quality. Okay. If you want to translate it from one language to the another language, it should have the translation quality. So it mainly focuses more on human factors rather than focusing on automatic things. Looking ahead, the creators of Machine Translation Bench are working on expanding the benchmarks with more languages, domains, and tasks, incorporating more complex evaluation criteria like social bias and cultural awareness, developing automated methods for analyzing human judgments and extracting insights. Empty bench remains a crucial role for evaluating and improving the machine translation systems. It, its comprehensive design focuses on human evaluations and commitment to continuous improvement, which will make it a valuable resource for both researchers as well as developers working in the field of machine translations. Then we have MusiQ, which will unravels the rhythm and harmony for music through AI. It is most music cue. In the reclaim of artificial intelligence, where machine dives into uh, intricacies of language and vision, a new frontier, which is backed on the world of music, enters MusicQ, a groundbreaking dataset and benchmarks which builds upon the unique language of music itself. Let's dive into its history, purpose, and symphony of its detail it offers to researchers and music enthusiasts alike. A historical overture. MusicQ is a short for music style and query understanding dataset. Music style and query, which was born in 2019 from the collaborative efforts of Google AI and Columbia University. It recognized the lack of large-scale music dataset for AI research. They embark on the mission to create a comprehensive resource which emphasizes diverse musical style, rich metadata, and varieties of curing tasks. The compositions of MusicQ. So, this multi-layered dataset is like a musical score meticulously painted for AI to deliver. Over 80,000 musical pieces spanning genres from classical to pop, jazz to electronics. A MusicQ offers a wide-ranging tapestry for musical style. Rich metadata. Each piece is comprised by detailed information like composer, performance, genre, tempo, instrumentations, and lyrics. Diverse curing task. MusicQ goes beyond simple musical retrieval. It challenges AI systems with tasks like melody, generation, style transfer, music summarizations, and even answering music-related questions. So, unveiling the harmony. So, why is MusicQ significant? Its impact resonates across multiple dimensions. So, accelerating the music AI research, MusicQ provides a standardized platform for researchers to develop and evaluate the AI models capable of understanding and manipulating the music. This has led to advancement in music generations, compositions, and recommendation systems, bridging the gap between music and language. By connecting the musical features with texture annotations and query text, MusicQ fosters a deeper understanding of a relationship between music and language. This opens the door for novel applications for translating the music into text or generating the music based on textual descriptions. So then we have the accessibility of MusicQ will empowers musicians and non-musicians alike to explore the creative potentials of AI in music. With tools built up on MusicQ, anyone can experiment with generating melodies, remixing styles, or creating the personalized soundtrack. So, beyond the notes, like any musical compositions, MusicQ isn't without its challenges. The vastness of the data and complexities of the musical understanding, we'll have continuous evaluations and refinements. You have a necessity to do this continuous evaluations and refinements. Researchers are actively working on expanding the data sets to include more diverse genre and musical elements, while also improving the accuracy and interpretabilities of AI models trained on MusicQ. The future of crescendo. As AI continues to evolve, MusicQ will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in shaping the future of music. We can envision like AI-powered music composition tools, which will imagine a collaborating with AI to create personalized soundtrack or even composing the original piece of your favorite artist. Intelligent music assistants, AI assistants that not only plays your favorite songs, but also understand your musical preference and recommend new discoveries based on your mood and context. Then music education powered by AI. An interactive learning platform utilizing the MusicQ can help people of all age learn about music theory, compositions, and even perform music with the help of AI companions. Okay, so we have this. We'll discuss about the final chord of MusicQ in the next lecture. So we'll continue this part on the next Saturday. Thank you for joining. We'll meet you in the next lecture. Thank you once again.